From homeless to $100 million. How did Jimmy Butler go from sleeping on friends' couches to signing one of the biggest contracts in NBA history? Imagine battling poverty and adversity, yet somehow finding the strength to not only achieve your wildest dreams, but shatter all expectations. Jimmy's rags to riches story proves that where you start in life does not determine where you end up. If you stick around, you'll discover the incredible mindset shifts and unbreakable perseverance that empowered Jimmy to transform his life beyond his wildest imagination. Jimmy Butler's path to NBA stardom is truly remarkable when you consider his challenging upbringing. Abandoned by his father at 13, kicked out by his mother at 17, and left homeless, drifting from friend's couch to couch, his back was against the wall from the start. Yet somehow, Jimmy tapped into a relentless drive not only to survive, but to thrive against all odds. How did he develop this mental toughness and determination? What pivotal mindset shifts paved the way for him to achieve massive success? In this video, we'll reveal Jimmy's incredible journey and highlight key lessons we can apply to make our biggest dreams a reality too. Jimmy's humble beginnings. Jimmy grew up in a small town in Texas with his mother, stepfather, and siblings. Though they didn't have much money, Jimmy remembers a happy early childhood. Basketball became his passion at a young age. He would spend hours practicing at the local park, dreaming of one day making it to the NBA. Things took a tragic turn when Jimmy was 13 years old. His father abandoned the family, leaving his mother to raise the children alone. The family sank deeper into poverty, struggling to afford basic necessities like food and clothing. Despite these challenges, Jimmy continued nurturing his love for basketball through high school. It gave him a sense of purpose during an otherwise chaotic adolescent period. He earned good grades and emerged as a talented athlete, possessing the skill and determination to succeed. The turning point. Kicked out at 17. Just as Jimmy was narrowing down scholarship offers to play college ball, tragedy struck again. Due to financial pressures and family issues, his mother kicked him out of the house at 17. He recalls, "I came home and my clothes were outside the house, packed in trash bags." With nowhere to go, Jimmy drifted between friends' couches for a couple of weeks. But not wanting to be a burden, he spent nights alone, sleeping at the park or on school grounds. Can you imagine how devastating this must have felt? Most teenagers, seeing their dreams unravel, would crumble under the defeat. But Jimmy, forced to fend for himself fully, tapped into a relentless determination that would shape the course of his life. The unbreakable mindset. So what was Jimmy's mindset during this ultimate test of resilience? In interviews, he reveals 3 key traits. 1. An unshakable faith in his ability to achieve his hoop dreams if he continued developing his talent. He treated adversity as fuel to light the fire in his belly. 2. A quiet confidence that if he kept working, opportunities would eventually arise. He did not allow circumstances to crush his spirit. 3. A steadfast discipline to use all free time productively. While others partied, Jimmy crafted his skills manually through solitary hard work. Jimmy leveraged basketball as a vehicle to propel himself out of hardship. He once said, "Basketball kept me off the streets and out of trouble." His love for the game nurtured a positive outlet to channel the angst of his upbringing. The tipping point. Back on track. Eventually, a friend's parents caught wind of Jimmy's dire situation and graciously took him in the final months of his senior year. Jimmy calls this good fortune his saving grace. Though back on stable ground, he maintained laser-like focus, knowing this was his chance to secure a scholarship and manifest his basketball dreams. His relentless drive paid off when he earned a spot playing for Tyler Junior College. Jimmy made the most of this opportunity to develop, shining as a standout talent. His skill level, maturity, and work ethic caught the attention of Tom Crean, head coach for Division I college, Indiana State. The program had discovered NBA stars like Isaiah Thomas and had its sights set on Jimmy. He transferred there on a scholarship for his junior year in 2011. The big break. Drafted to the NBA. Jimmy's bet on himself proved right when, after just 1 year at Indiana State, scouts took notice of outstanding athleticism, defense, and an expanding offensive repertoire. In 2011, the Chicago Bulls selected him 30th overall in the NBA draft. Jimmy had achieved his wildest dream, surviving homelessness just 4 years earlier and now joining basketball's biggest stage. Rookie year disappointment. Sadly, Jimmy experienced another setback when a devastating wrist injury required surgery, sidelining him his entire rookie year. Lesser individuals may have felt the world was against them and given up hope after yet another blow. But Jimmy, fueled by those formative years of adversity, tapped into his discipline to make productive use of recovery and rehab time. Rather than partying over the summer like most rookies, Jimmy trained vigorously to build strength, stamina, and basketball skills. This relentless work ethic would set the tone for the remainder of his career. Epic sixth-man campaign. Jimmy returned his sophomore year, ready to battle for a starting spot. And he turned heads by finishing plays with thunderous dunks, locking down elite scorers with smothering defense, and emerging as a team leader. He carved a niche that season as the ultimate sixth man, leading Chicago's second unit by playing starter minutes and closing games. His do-whatever-it-takes style quickly made him a fan favorite. The national media raved about future superstardom. By 2014, Jimmy had earned the Most Improved Player award, and Golden State desperately courted him in free agency with a $50 million offer, massive money for the once homeless teen. Loyal to Chicago for giving him his shot, Jimmy declined, patiently betting on himself again. His gamble proved wise the next year when he made the 2015 All-Star team and led Chicago to the second round of the playoffs. Chicago rewards loyalty. After Jimmy carried the Bulls on both ends through several injury-plagued seasons, the franchise demonstrated loyalty of its own in 2016. They signed him to a 5-year, $80 million contract as the face of the team. Cemented as the heart, soul, and engine behind Chicago basketball, Jimmy seemed poised to lead them on a championship run over his prime years. But just when the pieces aligned, shocking trades sent him to Minnesota and later Philadelphia. Minnesota saga. In 2017, Minnesota moved mountains to acquire Jimmy as their missing link to contention. They handed Chicago a package, including 3 players and the draft rights to Lauri Markkanen, sacrificing their future on Butler's proven production. As expected, Jimmy immediately excelled, leading his new squad to triple their previous season's wins. He willed their young roster to the playoffs behind countless clutch plays and epic scoring barrages. But the subsequent season brought tension as Jimmy butted heads with the team's young stars who didn't share his passion for winning and defense at all costs. Jimmy again displayed his mental toughness by playing at an all-NBA level amidst internal turmoil before ultimately requesting a trade. 76 years soar, then crash. When Philadelphia swooped Jimmy from Minnesota in 2018, hopes soared for a Big Three dynasty, with him joining stars Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Jimmy, of course, uplifted the squad instantly, unleashing lethal scoring abilities and taking pressure off their stars. He made iconic buzzer beaters in a dominant playoff run before Kawhi Leonard's miraculous game 7-dagger ended their title dreams. Running it back the next season, the team failed to recapture that magic. Lacking depth and shooting around their stars, they disappointed in the playoffs. Jimmy again entered 2019 free agency seeking a long-term home after bouncing teams. In a power move, Miami offered a 4-year max, signaling him as the missing ingredient to return to contender status after 4 straight lottery trips. Heat culture is born. Pat Riley's bet paid immediate dividends when Jimmy lifted Miami from under, 500 in his first year to the finals in year 2. Veterans and cast-offs alike praised Jimmy for igniting the franchise's gritty defensive DNA in all of them. Overnight, the Heat transformed from rebuilt to juggernaut. Bam Adebayo credits Jimmy with teaching him the value of work ethic and defensive versatility at the All-NBA level. Their young sharpshooter Tyler Herro called Jimmy the hardest worker he's seen, continually lifting teammates by example. With Jimmy raising the standard and morale, This ragtag Heat crew improbably charged through 3 playoff series as underdogs before taking LeBron's mighty Lakers to Game 6 of the finals. Jimmy logged absurd minutes as a one-man wrecking ball, joining all-time legends like LeBron and Jordan in epic finals performances. His 40-point triple-doubles etched his name alongside the greats who carried undermanned squads to the brink of championships. $100 million deal. After Jimmy helped restore Miami as a powerhouse practically overnight, they rewarded him as the Heat's most coveted free agent ever. Miami handed the former homeless teenager a massive 4-year, $184 million extension in 2021 as their franchise face. Header image. Today, at just 33 years old and with a decade of play left, the kid who kept NBA dreams alive through the toughest odds ever recorded now enjoys record-setting security and stability. Jimmy's gratitude. Despite his rise from rags to riches as one of basketball's highest paid players, Jimmy remains fiercely motivated. Sponsors community initiatives in his hometown to help at-risk youth thrive through scholarships, coaching, and mentoring programs, and he continually uses his platform to raise those who want to be lives. I'm so grateful to the friends who took me in when I had nowhere to live, to the woman who let me stay in her home my senior year of school when I was homeless, to my junior college coach for teaching me so much more than basketball, to Coach Tom Crean for giving me the chance at a D1 school, and all the NBA teams who believed I could help. I owe everyone thanks for life. Jimmy Butler's lessons to overcoming any obstacle. I hope Jimmy's incredible underdog story gives us all hope and inspiration. His journey reveals that, with relentless determination and self-belief, we can achieve greatness despite the odds. Here are the key lessons we can learn from Jimmy on unlocking our potential. 1. Develop grit and resilience. Jimmy overcame crushing setbacks by fostering grit to power through and using adversity as fuel to rise. We too must cultivate mental toughness. How we respond to trials determines our trajectory. Approach obstacles as opportunities. 2. Bet on yourself. Jimmy doubled down, grinding in the gym when no one knew his name. He backed his abilities when few believed. Have confidence that investing in our talent and working tirelessly creates opportunity. Manage what we can control, and the rest will follow. 3. Stay patient, but persistent. Jimmy handled rookie setbacks and in weaker teams without losing hope. His persistence built towards Miami. Achieving greatness is a marathon, not a sprint. Persist through plateaus and setbacks, trusting our abilities while being patient. 4. Uplift others. Jimmy generously shares credit for his success and gives back to youth in need. This humility and service positively impact the culture of his teams. Seek to lift those around us higher. As we climb, extend a hand to others still striving below. Imagine a world powered by passion and perseverance. Jimmy Butler rose from unlikely circumstances by harnessing the power of passion and perseverance. His against-the-odds journey reveals that God-given talent is meaningless without a relentless work ethic to back it. Rather than crumble from adversity, Butler tapped into deep reservoirs of resilience to bounce back stronger each time. He embodies that special drive common among epic underdogs who achieve wildly disproportionate success compared to peers blessed with stability. Butler overcame homelessness not once but twice in his late teenage years. Yet somehow he emerged as the personification of diligence, determination, and dedication to a craft. His commitment continues to fuel Miami's cultural shift, restoring its greatness. Butler's rags to riches testimony offers hope that circumstances do not determine achievement. With laser focus, resolute self-belief, and fearless perseverance through storms, ordinary people can accomplish extraordinary feats. Share this video with a person in your life who is dealing with their own difficulties if Jimmy's incredible story moves you. And stick around, because more inspiring journeys lay ahead where passion and perseverance alter destinies.